Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. The Honorable for Mem Ayu as our speaking lecturer. So we are from Group 3. We gonna debate under the title of this house belief that social media does more harm than good. We divided into two teams, that is affirmative teams and negative teams or opposite teams. So without further ado, for first speaker from affirmative teams, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ma'am, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third group debate. The topic for our debate is this house belief that social media does more harm than good. So the first, I will tell you the definition. What is social media? Social media is any digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. Social media encompasses a wide range of websites and apps. Some, like Twitter, specialize in sharing links in short written messages. Others, like Instagram and TikTok, are built to optimize the sharing of photos and videos. However, we, the affirmative team, believe that social media does more harm than good. Today, as a first speaker, I will talking to you about cyberbullying and how social media can affect self-esteem. So, I'm going to discuss 2 points. My first point is social media is a big outlet for cyberbullying among teenagers. It happens because of the anonymity and the fact that there is no relation between the victims and cyberbullies. Cyberbullies can use the mask of the internet to taunt others with no real interaction. This leaves others or those on the other side of the screen to feed the same effect as a real live event with less effort put in by the bully. Social media is marketed as an escape, yet cyberbully victims can't avoid harassment on it. In addition, bullies have access to the internet all day, leading to persistent behavior. Now, to my second point, social media can lead to decreased self esteem. Many people choose to make their lives seem very happy and glamorous on social media and only put their best foot forward. While this may not be the reality, this leaves others to feel their lives aren't good enough. They see a post and compare their own lives to it and conclude that it doesn't measure up. Social media was originally intended as a way for others to communicate with each other in a new way. With increasing technology, people are always looking for interaction with others without having to physically make the journey to see them. However, when younger generation have unlimited access to social media, it becomes a negative outlet, with constant posts and pictures being put in front of them. It all becomes too much. Teenagers are forced to handle an overwhelming amount of anxiety due to social media's constant availability. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we believe that social media can cause more harm than good. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the affirmative team. Hello everyone, I am Muhammad Yahya. I want to introduce my team. We are the negative speaker. The first negative speaker is me, and the second negative speaker is Rina Lupita, and the third negative speaker is Muhammad Arif Novarincha. Today, as a first negative speaker, I will be talking to you about the social media. Does social media more harm than good? We agree with the definition given by the affirmative team. However, we, the negative team, believe that social media is more good than harm. The first speaker of the affirmative team has tried to tell you that social media is a big outlet for cyberbullying, and social media can affect self esteem. That statement is true, but we can take preventive action. I will be discussing 2 points. My first point is on social media, it is not completely filled with bad things, such as cyberbullying, but there are also many good things that can be taken from social media. So it's not about the social media is good or bad, but it's about how to use it as well as possible. If we focus on the good things, then we will not be willing to waste time on the bad things. Cyberbullying is just like toxic people in real life. We just need to cut off with such a person. In social media, we can block them and mute the comment section. Remember, social media is just a tool. Just like any other tool, social media also depends on its user. Now to my second point. Self-confidence is not something that stays in a person. So it is very natural if someone feels decrease in self-esteem because everyone must have experienced it. Then if someone experienced decrease in self-esteem, how to rebuild it? The answer is social media. On social media, there are already professional self-development centers that really address issues around self-confidence and self-development. So don't blame something that is out of control because if someone already knows that it is bad for him, then all he needs to do is to cut off. That's it. So, ma'am, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we believe that we have a free will to choose what we want and what we need, and we have a self-control to control how to react what comes our way. Thank you. I'll give this to the second affirmative speaker.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ma'am, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks to the educator and also to the timekeeper that give me time to deliver my opinion. So our topic for debating today is that this house believes that social media does more harm than good. We, as the affirmative team, believe that social media does more harm than good. The first speaker from the negative team has told us that from social media, many things makes money. The bad possibility can be prevented, and self-confidence is the best solution to cyberbullying and decreased self-esteem. Well, actually, those are wrong because based on what our first speaker has already explained, that cyberbullying happened because of the anonymity and the fact that there is no relation between the victim and cyberbullies. Also, many people only put their best foot forward, while it may not be the reality. So today I will be talking to you all about my point. My first point is that the advent of the digital landscape, primarily social media, introduced democracy and activism, giving people the freedom to share and consume information. On the flip side, the anonymous nature of the internet has created a means for people with ill intention to victimize innocent users. Based on Comparcom.com, around 42% of the young people they were bullied on Instagram, and then 37% they were bullied on Facebook, 31% on Snapchat, 12% on WhatsApp, 10% on YouTube, and 9% on Twitter. However, freedom of speech coupled with the ungoverned online universe has aggravated the situation. Freedom of speech coupled with the ungoverned online universe has aggravated the situation. So now go to my second point, that from social media users, only a few of them who use it to make money. Let me give some evidence that conveyed by the head of the Minister of Manpower, Data and Information Center Data, Suhartono, that around 92% of young people who use social media, about 52% of young people who use the internet for entertainment, and then around 70% they use the internet for getting information, and then only 31% used the internet only for doing assignments, and then only 13% they use for selling and they use for buying and selling goods and services. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we as the affirmative side believe that social media can cause more harm than good. That's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, thank you very much for the second speaker of the affirmative teams, Alvin Virginia Sulwo. Thank you for your arguments, our, our themes. Well, the first speaker until the second speaker of affirmative teams always says like that social media being harmful because many cyberbullying that exists on the social media. But we can see in the fact for declaring social media is harmful or not cannot only by one aspect, but we have to see from another aspect, such as economic, self-branding, and a communication tool. Well, my first point is the cyberbullying can be accessed from the user mocking the another users with or without any reasons. But according to our law of institutions rules, this problem has been handled by our ministry that for people who hats in the social media and the users feel to be mocking, there is the punishments for them. Everything has written on UU ITE. Now, a lot of data that affirmative teams has given to this debate, but I think there is no one reason social media is harm in some of aspect. To see social media is harm or not, we should see not only in one point of view. We can see in the social media has become an essential part of humans being. Besides for getting easier communication, social media also can give another workplace for new entrepreneur and making a life of a content digital creator. Everything can be easier by using social media. Everything has had the risk, but the answer is not how we give up of that risk, but how can we get up and against that risk on the social media. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I said that social media bring more good than harm for these humans living today. So I will give the opportunity for the next speaker from the affirmative teams. So the time is yours.
Okay, hello everyone. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Risa Rahmawati. I am from the affirmative team, and here I ask third speaker. Before I explain my point, I will give response about second negative speaker statement. He said that cyberbullying has been regulated by law. In fact, even though it is regulated by law, there are still many social media users who do this. For example, bullying that is hurled to KKI. This means that the law has not run well. Another example, on Facebook, on Instagram, people clearly do this. If you don't want cases like this to happen again, the law must be enforced and the sanction given must be appropriate in order to create deterrent effect for the perpetrators. Okay, now I'm going to tell my point. My first point is exposed to hoax. The amount of information spread on social media sometimes make it difficult for the public to distinguish between valid information or just hoaxes. Therefore, you must first check the validity of information from trusted sources and do not immediately believe in cursory information that is not clear on social media. For example, viral hoax eating onions 3 times a day cure corona, and COVID vaccine contains magnets. It is very clear that the spread of fake news has been regulated in Article 28 of the ETE law along with the sanction. My second point is being exposed to negative or pornographic content. In the internet universe, there are millions of information with various forms of contents that can be accessed easily. Social media, which is platform for sharing contents from user has the potential to generate negative content with elements of Sarah. The content is not good. It's not good for consumption by the public, especially children and adolescents. Article 4, Paragraph 1 of the Pornography Law regulates the prohibition of producing, making, reproducing, duplicating, distributing, broadcasting, importing, exporting, offering, trading, renting, or providing pornography. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Arif Navariansyah. I'm the third negative speaker. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, everyone. Today, as the speaker, I will be talking to you about the social media. Does social media more harm than good? However, the negative team believe that social media still does more good than harm. All the affirmative speakers team has tried to tell you that all social media about was cyberbully and not each of social media user I use it for make money. The second speaker from affirmative team said that 42% people were bullied on Instagram, 37% people on Facebook, 31% people on Snapchat, 12% people on WhatsApp, 10% people on YouTube, and 9% on Twitter. And where the rest, when and where was the rest of them go? I will not dare to ignore those numbers of people who bullied the others. But we still have the majority of numbers of people who did not bully the others. We still have 58 people on Instagram, 93% on Facebook, 97% on Snapchat, 88% on WhatsApp, 90% on YouTube, and 91% on Twitter. Here's something I wanted to tell you. There are still a lot of people who love you, so stop focus on those who didn't. And for those pornography and the others, I believe that every app has restricted for the age of the user, like Instagram or YouTube. Uh, so I believe that if you trust your child to use internet, then you believe that your child can use it for take all information that goes to internet. Today I will be talking to you about some point. I will tell you about some advantages or benefits you will gain from social media if you use it as well as possible. First, you can develop incredible knowledges that you never get ever that you ever get from school. The example of what I just said on Instagram, you can either follow or follow it. You can find many great people on Instagram, like the richest man on earth, Elon Musk, great singer Ariana Grande, and the others. You can follow people who share the same interests as you. If you want to start doing some investment, you can follow people who share the good way to do investment. If you love sport cars, you can follow people who make contents about it, and there is not something that school will teach you. Second, communicating. Social media can lead more communication. You can talk with your parents from far away, or with your long lost friend. You can, as a nomad such as me who study far from home, social media over me the easiest way to connect with my parents and my friends. Not by voice only. I can even see their face through video call from WhatsApp, Line, or Instagram. You can even reach your long lost childhood friends of yours from social media. Uh, the third, social media helps to the news travel faster. New lines of communication have opened the world up in a big way. No more so than when it comes to news, which can make it easier around the world and back it again with second. Social media has taken the spread of news to the next level, with the eyewitnesses able to report the news. Uh, report on news stories as they happen, which means we no longer need to wait for news crews or journalists to dispatch to the heart of the action. Of course, some of you will be wondering whether this is actually a good thing based on how much fake news is spread online. But social media sites are even tackling the problem, increasing labeling misinformation and directing users to better sources. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ma'am, ladies and gentlemen. So here I'm as the replying speech. So our topic for debating today is that this house believes that social media does more harm than good. It's like what our first speaker has said, that she tell us about the definition of social media, that social media is any digital tools that allows users to quick create and share contents with the public. And then the first speaker brings 2 points. The first point is that social media is a big outlet for cyberbullying among the teenagers. And then the second point is that social media can lead to decreased self-esteem. And then our second speaker rebuttal the opinion of the first speaker of the negative side. She said that from social media, many teenagers makes money, the bad possibility can be prevented, and self-confidence is the best solution to cyberbullying and decrease self-esteem. And our second speaker said that those opinions are wrong because of what the first speaker of the affirmative side has already mentioned. And also our second speaker brings 2 points, that the advent of digital landscape, primarily social media, introduced democracy and activism. And also he provides some evidence based on the comparcom.com that many of them use the internet not properly. And then the second point of the second speaker is that many social media users, they only use them, only a few of them use it for makes money. That around 13% of them use the internet for buying and selling goods and services. And then our third speaker said that there are 2 points. The first point is that social media exposed to hoax. For example, the viral hoax eating onions 3 times a day, cure corona, or COVID vaccine contains magnet, and the other. And then the second point of our third speaker is that being exposed to negative or pornographic content. However, ladies and gentlemen, we as the affirmative side believe that social media brings more harm than good. Thank you very much.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Rinaldo Kita. I'm from the opposite teams, and today I'm gonna replay speaker for the opposite teams. Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to about my first speaker, second speaker, and the third speakers are totally disagree with these motions that social media does more harm than good. According to my first speaker said from Yahya, is we can gain a lot of benefits from the social media. And then our second speaker, my second speaker said that a lot of data from the affirmative teams, and that is no one's data can representative that social is more harm than good. And my third speakers, Arif Noverenza, says that a lot of the beneficials and advantages that we can gain from the social media, such as we can get easier for in communications to the others, and as we can follow or we can then learns in the digital tool by digital tools, such as in the social media we can find a lot of the stars, such as the commerce and etc. that we can learn about the things from the peoples. And I think we are the opposite teams. We totally disagree with these motions that say social does more harm than good. It should. Social media is more good than harms. So we are from the opposite teams. we are opposite teams. We totally disagree with these motions. I think that's all that our groups can say it from group 3. And thanks for all your kind attentions, and see you and goodbye.